Lit.
Sick.
Dang,
One thing I do miss
comments on.
about Ohio is free plants.
Wow.
So I feel like I knew enough people that would like give me cuttings.
Well, too bad.
Too bad.
Too bad. So sad.
So sad.
That's crazy. Good for Devin. He's leaving all his
Good
comments
for
on.
Devin.
Yeah, I know. I respect leaving all the hate comments on.
It means he's
Coward.
No.
No, it means he's not a coward.
Face the
He's
fire.
facing the consequences
Oh.
of
Keep
his
the hate
of his
comments on.
actions. Do
Should
wanna
we
talk
should
about
we
that?
recap?
Yeah, I kind of want to recap.
Let's
Even
talk
though
about
the
it.
only knowledge I have of the show is the
Yeah, I
TikTok
know that.
recaps.
Yeah, I didn't watch.
I didn't
any
watch
of the
any of this
season.
season.
Wait, I watched basically the whole season
Wait,
aside
why
from
is
the
your wire
last two
so short?
episodes.
Oh, bro.
I'm wearing Jesse's pants. There's a hole in the crotch. Kind of weird.
I'll blur it out. Don't worry.
No one can tell.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
so
but I
far
can
away.
feel it. No, I'm just kidding.
You can feel the breeze.
Ew.
I've had those pants for
Guys.
probably over 8 years. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
there's
The
so
cost
many
per
holes
wear
and
on those-
stains on them.
They're not stains. Those are bleach marks.
Okay.
Are these the Lululemon pants?
Yeah, I bought the
I mean, they're
exact same
comfortable.
pair, but you can
Oh,
see
wow,
how
they're
the shades
so
are different.
faded.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Actually,
This
I can't
is
tell if
new,
it's a
bought
new
from this year.
colorway.
No, it's the same color. They're
You got
both
small ass
Onyx.
thighs. These are like skinny jeans on my legs.
Yeah, they're
That's
skinny on me
crazy.
too.
Dang.
Yeah, that's just how it is. All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Rooftop Pod. We're back on our roof, something we haven't done in a very long time. So welcome back to Cincinnati,
It's
Ohio.
almost our
Can you
2-year
see,
anniversary.
It's almost our
crazy.
2-year anniversary.
Whoa,
It's crazy.
guys, that's crazy.
Well, yeah.
We've
No, it's
been
not yet,
yapping
though.
for 2 years.
Yeah, no, 2 years, not even 1 year.
Yeah.
2 years.
Yeah.
Should we wave to our neighbors?
No, that's weird.
Nope.
They probably think we're ridiculous. 3 fully grown adults sitting on a rooftop.
Damn, we are
Hey,
old.
speak for yourself.
But this is where it all began.
Rachel,
So
you're 22.
What?
that's a fully grown adult, Rachel.
Not to me.
I think adulthood starts at 22. It really does.
I'm still in
Adulthood
school.
starts the first year out of college.
Truthfully,
which
it still feels
hey,
like undergrad.
I'm still in
Yeah,
school,
actually.
so
Mm.
does that
Yeah,
make me
but
not a fully
you're
grown
a
adult?
PhD student. That's different
Then
because
why
you're
is that
technically
different?
like working for yourself. I'm literally just taking coursework. It's like no
That's
different
true.
from
Jesse's gonna
undergrad.
take coursework next year or in 2
Well,
years.
he still
That's,
does.
no, it's not coursework anymore.
Oh,
it's just in the
rotation.
hospital. Yeah.
Oh, word.
Anyways, do we want to recap the Bachelorette? I feel like we're Asian Americans, so
Do you want
it's
to intro us?
part
on
of
the
our
recap?
Didn't I intro us? Oh, I didn't
Mm-mm, not
completely
yet.
intro us. I did say welcome to this week's episode of the Rooftop Pod, but I'm your host, Jesse, and this week joining with me is my brother
Andrew.
and my sister.
Rachel.
Yeah, so we're going to recap The Bachelorette. Please take everything with a grain of salt because me and Andrew didn't actually watch this season. I watched a few TikTok recaps. I feel like nowadays you can kind of get away with watching a show purely based off what you find on TikTok. Yep.
Yeah.
And
I saw
I
the
have
highlight
to
reels.
say, they did Jen so
dirty.
dirty. this
So
year.
dirty.
So dirty.
Wait, guys, I have like watched
Yeah,
like
tell us,
full
Ray.
seasons of The Bachelor or The
yeah.
Bachelorette. I will say,
Yeah, same.
I will preface by saying I've only seen like maybe 2 or 3 full seasons. So I watched Hannah Brown's season, Tayshia's season,
Great season.
Pilot Pete's season, and Colton's season, I think.
Oh, yeah. Also a fantastic season.
Yeah.
That season was wild.
Yeah, that season was
Yeah,
wild.
and
You've seen a
then
lot. Did you see Nick Vile's season?
no,
That
That's
was the
only
first season I
I've
watched.
seen ever.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mm.
I've seen clips of that one though.
I think that one hooked me. Nick Vile's
yeah.
season hooked me.
I've also seen a couple seasons of Paradise, the one where Joe and Serena got together. I watched that one. Anyways,
Who are Joe and Serena?
um,
To be honest, I never
think
go out of my
Serena
way
was
to
on.
watch a show. It's just I've always had roommates that watch a show, and then whenever they have
Yeah.
it on, I'm like, oh, this looks
Yeah.
interesting, and then I get hooked.
I think it's the same for me. I feel like with girls especially, it's like very easy to just like watch together on Monday nights and
yeah.
just like laugh at people.
Yes, it is entertaining.
You know
It's
what's
trash
crazy,
TV,
though?
but entertaining.
And it's like you can watch it in the background. Like you don't need to be fully
This is true.
dialed in.
This is true. And then lock in when something happens.
Yeah.
Choosing the contestants before knowing who the Bachelorette or Bachelor
Yeah, but
is
it makes it
nuts.
spicy though. It
But
kinda
it makes it
spicy.
so impractical.
Yeah, and it
That's
makes
true.
it so fake.
Yeah.
Like imagine going in as a contestant. I mean, that's what happened on this season. Like going in as the contestant, thinking that it's going to be someone else because they got. So I, more so than I watched the seasons, I used to watch like the recap breakdown videos where the guy would be like, there's this one guy on YouTube, his handle is Bachelor Fantake, and he like dissects all the episodes, and he's like, this person's getting a good edit. I think they're gonna get the Bachelorette or Bachelor the next season based on the edit that they're getting and like with the whole storyline, like they analyze it. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, so they cut it so that those people get more airtime in the beginning.
Yeah, and they also develop like their storyline better, and like they like choosing people where they're like, oh, they tried really hard for love, and like they want to choose someone that people are gonna root for when it's their season of The Bachelor or The Bachelorette.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so they'll like analyze screen time and like all that other jazz.
Wait, did Grant get a lot of screen time then?
Not really.
I was gonna say I
don't know if he was
seeing
the first
anything
pick.
about him on my TikTok highlight reel. The new Bachelor for next year.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, he's just like a very
Who is he? What does he look like?
Attractive guy.
Yeah, he's a good-looking man.
He's good. He's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gotta get that for the ratings.
Can't confirm.
Yeah, he like didn't get a one-on-one until late into the season, and then like right after that, he was like, "Holy shit, I'm in love with Jen."
Wait, really?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
you think genuinely
like,
or fake like Devin?
Dang.
I don't know. I mean, like,
because that's how you get further along in the show is you either pretend or develop genuine feelings.
A one-on-one until later in the season anyway, so he was still like kind of behind.
Grant.
But I don't know, like he did not get that much airtime. Okay. I will not lie.
Yeah.
But no, like Hannah Brown was like 6th in her season too. Like she didn't make it that far.
Wait, what? Who was the Bachelor for her season?
I think it was Colton.
Oh. It might have been Colton. Yeah. Yeah. Pilot Pete was a contender on her season.
Oh.
Wait, who did she end up with? Was it Pete?
Yeah, and then also went down with them. I forget what happened.
It always does because it's all reality TV and it's all fake and set up. People are just acting the part, and then once they come back to reality, they don't have to act anymore.
It always sucks when there's like someone else on the show that was like genuinely in love with them, like Tyler Cameron and Hannah Brown, and then yeah, because I think.
But who knows? His career took off afterwards.
Shit never like came out about him either, because like shit came out about Pilot Pete during their season.
Wait, what did Pete do?
I think it was like he had a girlfriend or something. Maybe that was someone else.
No,
that was Jed. Wait, maybe she chose Jed.
Dude, I don't remember, to be honest.
No, I don't remember either.
I just remember her and Pilot Pete had that windmill incident.
Oh, yes.
That's the only thing I remember. I don't know if he actually won.
No, he didn't win.
He definitely didn't win.
It was with Jed. Jed won, because then shit came out about him. Anyways, mid-ass white men. It's always the mid-ass, like, brown-haired white men that are always ruining these women's lives. And then the thing that I hate the most is that
season should have been me. That's amazing.
The thing that I hate the most about this
y'all
also
want
is
Jesse
that
for the Bachelorette, he'll do it. Is what he's saying.
Nope, I would not.
We tried to get him
on
this year.
Putting Tayshia back on. She is single now, so I guess. Anyways, wasn't Tayshia was a replacement for that other girl?
For Claire, because she was actually the worst Bachelor.
That was
she fell in love with like a guy on the second day of the show.
Yeah, and then
like
no other guys. They're like, "What are we doing here?"
Wait, that's like the way it.
Yeah, that's kind of how it should play out in real life.
He like fell head over heels.
Yeah.
Like second day of filming.
But I do feel like that guy, I don't know if they're still together.
Isn't that what Joey said happened in his season? The producer was like, no, you need to start giving other girls attention or else it's not going to be interesting.
They told him that later in the season.
Oh, okay.
I think he knew when it was like down to 3 or 4 people.
Oh, okay.
But then at that point, it's like you need to finish out the show. You can't just walk out with the girl.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
crazy, man.
Anyways, I just feel like Devin kind of did things incorrectly. Like there was a way to go about it. Maybe on the show, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. On the show, maybe he had genuine feelings. And then once they experience real life together, I think it's a completely different context and circumstance. Maybe then he's like, oh, Jen in the real life context isn't the same Jen in The Bachelorette. I feel like that is a possibility.
I feel like there's a very low likelihood of that being
I would say
the
he
case.
Probably didn't give it a fighting chance enough.
I think given it's like so.
Again, I didn't see the season, so I don't know what he said or like what he did to convince Jen to pick him at the end.
Well, he followed Maria.
Yeah, that was
what I was gonna say.
That's where I'm saying
that move,
okay.
like right after he broke
nothing he did was right.
on the phone, like a 15-minute phone call to break up with someone that you're engaged
with.
to.
Is crazy. But
yeah.
At the same
engaged
time,
with after
like,
you met her for a month. So
what? Filming's like 2-3 months.
No.
Yeah, and it's like
to the end, I think
you
it's only
end
a
up
month and a half.
getting quite a bit of time
weeks.
with them. Like you meet their family, they meet your family.
You meet their family.
Yeah,
it's like
tough.
The
you
Bachelorette's a wild concept.
Yeah.
That'd be so funny though. Like I want Jesse to be on the Bachelorette.
I don't want to
just
be
so
on there though.
hometowns can happen here in Ohio. I think that'd be so funny.
You show
Why
them
not
around
yourself?
Mason
You could do it
High
too.
Nah, I'm not built for reality TV.
Take them
Me
to Jungle Gym.
We could take the jungle gyms.
That'd be insane.
You could show them the hell is real
no.
sign.
Oh my
you could
God,
show them the
10
natatorium.
Commandments.
Dang.
That would not be a
Ohio
good look
would
for
be
Ohio. I
crazy.
think we're gonna become more of a meme
Dude,
if that were the case. That's
there's
not
so
a good
many
look.
iconic Ohio signs you could take them to
There
see.
are. There really are.
There are, but I don't
Yeah.
think that is what I would take them to.
Whoever the next Bachelorette is missing out.
I guess we'll
Missing
have to
out.
watch Grant's season.
But what I was saying was basically, I feel like Devin could have at least waited till after the finale to like break up with Jen. I know
But
it's a
what I
long
was
time,
saying,
but like,
it's a year.
dude, the fact that they forced Jen to rewatch the
That's pretty bad.
engagement.
She asked for that because she was
wait,
like,
what?
he's not gonna. In an interview afterwards, she was like, I asked to have them play it
the
with
conspiracy
him
theory
next to me.
is
because
Jen.
he wouldn't have watched it. He wouldn't have faced the fact that he
Oh.
did that and then did the shit that he did afterwards, unless I made it happen.
Oh,
wow.
I heard
Okay,
someone.
okay.
I
So
saw
it's
that
kind of a
video
power move,
of
yeah.
Okay, that was kind of a
Jen like saying that she wanted to play it, and then I read the comments. Someone was saying, "Oh, ABC told her to do that so she would get a slot on Dancing with the Stars to publicly defend them." I'm like, "Oh, conspiracy theory."
Oh my gosh.
But no, you're
No,
probably
but
right.
that's
Yeah.
probably better for Jen because now
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole world has painted Devin as a
the
villain,
villain, yeah.
whereas she is seen as like the person who got screwed over,
I will
which
say,
is
like in the grand
for a
scheme of
fact
It
what
is.
happened,
It
how
is
things
exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so terrible because like on the show, the
Mhm.
insecurities that they opened up to each other about was the fact that they never felt like they were the ones being chosen first, like in prior relationships. And
Wait,
it's
Devin
like-
said that.
I think Devin, well, he was like,
maybe he's just playing the part. He's
Man.
just playing the game.
yeah. Yeah. So
Unfortunate. What did anything come out about Maria? Did she like make contact with Devin?
she
No.
made
They
a
had a
statement.
Said that
So
she's never
she
been
went,
in contact with Devin.
she went clubbing with Jeremy.
Okay.
And then Jen was like, "Oh, Devin, you went clubbing with Jeremy in New York, and Jeremy was clubbing with Maria in New York." But Maria was like, "No,
Devin was
that
never
was
there.
yeah, that was
Separate.
well,
Okay.
Devin might have gone out with Jeremy, but it was not
That
while
same
Maria
night.
was there."
Okay. So
yeah,
Maria said that Devin was never there out with them.
yeah, and she was
Okay.
like, "I will never make contact with him after, like, especially
Yeah.
after that."
Well, I mean, yeah.
makes
I
sense.
mean,
Makes
yeah,
sense.
but
Yeah, that's too much for Maria to lose, and like, dude, this Devin guy doesn't seem like a good guy anyway.
yeah,
So.
yeah. But I think like what I disliked about the narrative there was that they were sort of pitting Jen against Maria.
Yeah.
And why are we losing focus here?
Yeah.
Devin is the real villain here,
Yeah.
along with all the other men that were on her season that had the exact same thought. So like Sam M was another person that went on the show. He's
Okay.
like the blonde construction worker
Country-looking
guy.
dude,
He was a horrible contestant.
Okay.
I hated him from the beginning. All of my friends hated him from the
It'd
beginning.
be hard to be on reality TV though. To like completely be yourself is very difficult because I don't know how he acted, but he could have just been weird because he was awkward.
No, he wasn't
no.
awkward. He was,
He was
just
weird 'cause
like
he was aggressive.
yeah, because he was like,
Oh.
I'm gonna make the main thing, because they were like fighting
that
over.
even mean?
It was like him and Devin fighting over Jen. Them both fully going into the season not wanting Jen to be the Bachelorette. Like
Oh,
they
fighting
were
over her.
literally just playing the game.
And then in the men tell hall, Sam was like, "Well,
everyone came
Oh,
here
yeah,
thinking
that
that it
is
was Stacey and
yeah.
Maria. Yeah.
yeah."
said
Yeah. And
Oh my
like
God,
all
why
the
would you
guys
out
were
yourself
like,
like that?
and then he
Wait,
tried
is
to
he
cover
the
it
guy
up.
with the blonde hair?
Yeah,
and
he
that
tried to-
Jen completely went off on
Yes.
in the mental.
Yes.
Okay.
And then he tried to cover it up being like, oh my gosh, I don't think it would have worked out if it was Daisy or Maria. But then, like, once the season started, I thought that, like, I was, like, opening up to Jen. I was like,
season, I feel like.
This guy. Anyways, I love the tell-all episode. I think it's so good.
Wow, a lot of these guys are just dumb.
Yeah, they're just, like, actual terrible people. Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing that they're dumb because they just admitted on public TV that
it's
they
such
weren't
a
there
bad
for the
look
right.
for them.
Yeah, I know. But if they were smart enough to, like, hide it, then they could have manipulated their way out of it, which is also bad. But
yeah,
I feel like, why would you admit that you were there for someone else? Anyways, I don't know. That's not my problem. I don't know if I missed out on this season. Everyone, one of the undergrads that works with me, she was like, yeah, this season, like, no one really liked Jen. We called her the Bachelorette.
Bop.
And I was like, why
what do
did
you mean?
I don't know. I thought you also didn't particularly like Jen this season either.
I don't know if I, like, just haven't watched. I've been, like, so out of the loop with The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. Like, I think objectively, like, she was a pretty good Bachelorette. Like, she made good decisions. I take that back. She made decisions. Like, she was very clear about what she wanted, and, like, whenever things would go wrong, she would handle them in, like, a graceful way. So, like, whenever the men were fighting, she'd, like, confront them about it and be like, this is not okay. Like, this is not what I want for my season. And I think she handled it with, like, a lot of maturity and grace.
Okay. Where could she have improved, I guess? Or where did she go wrong? I feel like she lost a lot of the audience towards...
So my qualm with Jen was that it seemed like she was more physically attracted to some of the men, and, like, sometimes that took over her having conversations of depth with them. So I think, like, if she hadn't been blinded by that, Sam M would have been eliminated much earlier. Like, no one liked him.
Well, that's the thing. But, like, I think she's somebody who indexes higher on wanting someone that she's attracted to.
But Devin's not attractive.
But word.
Dude,
like, Devin, objectively, is probably the ugliest one out of that cast. Like, one of the least attractive.
I saw some recap. Definitely not.
Yeah, the gummy smile.
All right. You can't help that. That's not a thing you can control.
I'm only saying these things because it's come out that he's a bad person.
Yes,
now, I would never, like, these are objectively not bad things. It's just because he's like, ugly on the inside that
it portrays on
projects onto that exterior also.
Okay. Yeah. Well, very sorry for you, Jen, that you had to go through that this season.
Our hearts go out to you. Also,
I hope you find someone that you actually deserve.
On that also, though, like, the Bachelorette series has always done awfully with people of color. Yeah. So, like, the first Black Bachelorette also, like, her season was also bad. I don't know about... Oh, my God. And then with Tyler Cameron's friend, what's his name?
Matt James.
Matt James.
His season, I didn't watch it. I thought it went well.
The girl that he chose at the end, like, this is why the previous host was fired, Chris Hansen.
Yeah, I remember
because the girl that he chose at the end, her name was also Rachel.
Yes.
She went to an antebellum party. I
don't know what that means.
Basically, it's a party on a plantation, and you dress up like
slave owners?
The old South.
Oh, but what about Lady Antebellum? Isn't that like
That's
a band?
bad. That's why they changed their name to Lady A.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so a lot of people were calling her out on it, and then, like, Chris Hansen defended her. He was basically like, oh, why are you guys, like, so sensitive about this issue? Like, she's just a girl, basically. And everyone was like,
what did Matt
oh my
James
God.
think, though? I feel like
they broke up over it.
No,
what?
But they're still together.
Yeah, I know, but then they got back together because she did the work to, like, understand why it was wrong. Yeah, and he was like, the reason why I broke up was because you didn't fully understand the extent of what it means to be Black in America.
Oh, because she was probably like, oh, it wasn't a big deal. We weren't being racist.
Exactly.
Like, we were just dressing up and playing pretend.
Yeah.
I see. But she did the work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So people can change. But anyways,
ABC
is terrible. This franchise is horrible. If you're a person of color, never go on this show.
We keep watching it. We keep watching it.
Yet we still support it. Yeah.
But all the support to Jen as our first Asian American Bachelorette. She did phenomenally.
Okay. We're still making progress to some extent. But I do feel like at the end of the day, this drama does make for better TV. Like, more people are talking. The fact that I'm talking about it means it worked.
Yeah.
So how much of it was actually like set up and produced? I don't know. But at the end of the day,
no one wants to watch a clean season either. Everyone says they
Well,
want it to be.
yeah, good clean
I feel
fun
like
is not entertaining.
Sean and
reality
Catherine, they were like one of the first. They're still
No
together.
idea
They
who
have
those
like
are.
3 children. I think their
Oh,
season
wow.
was good.
Oh.
Yeah,
Did not watch that season.
but they were also like a
Actually,
good
I guess
clean.
didn't Joey's
Joey's
season go
season
pretty
also,
smoothly?
yeah.
oh yeah, they're still together.
Yeah.
But it's only been a year.
Yeah.
The lifetime, the average, I don't know what the average lifetime, or not lifetime, but the relationship expectancy time is
Yeah.
for a bachelor, bachelorette.
But they do get more visceral reactions when things go wrong,
Yep.
This is
which
true.
I feel like is a problem with media in general.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, wow, that was a long segment on the Bachelorette.
Yeah.
For
Hey,
any of you who haven't
juicy
seen
though.
it, just go on TikTok and scroll through Jen's finale or Jen's Bachelorette Men Tell All. It's pretty
Wild.
spicy. You don't even need to watch the show to really understand what's going on,
To
because
be honest, I feel
we
like
did not.
that's most of the drama.
Yep, we kind of spilled it
Mhm.
all here. Yeah, so we're
It
back
is.
home this weekend, and one thing that I think that I really missed was sibling competition, and we kind of reignited it
Yep,
this trip. Andrew got Catan for the family
Yes, I did.
last time we were here, and we were just playing a bunch of Catan just now.
Like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, 4 or
this
5
trip
hours
already.
of Catan. And in addition to that, we also played like so much of Word Hunt yesterday. It was ridiculous. And ping pong.
Anagrams.
And yeah, and anagrams, which we weren't good at. But there were
Speak
a
for
lot of
yourselves.
losses on my end this
Yeah,
weekend.
yeah.
And I feel like,
The inferior sibling. Yep.
no, not that.
Yeah.
Well,
yep.
what I was
next
gonna say,
segment.
I was trying to connect. I'm trying to connect this to something that Andrew said a while ago that I thought was very profound. He said to me once, "Comparison is the thief of joy,
Oh.
but it's also the
Did it?
giver of joy," which I thought was like,
Giver of
Did it?
gratitude.
Yeah.
Some teacher in high school said that too. I think it was Mr. Little.
"Oh, really? Is that where you got it from?"
I don't know. I
Okay.
heard it from somewhere though.
Or maybe it was
Yeah.
my
I
can't
AP
remember
Psych
where, though.
teacher.
But it's so true. Like everyone always
Teddy Roosevelt.
actually.
Sure, maybe.
That was a crazy pull, Rachel.
Could remember with Teddy. You right?
But most people focus on the first part, like comparing yourself to others is like gonna only make you feel worse about yourself. But at the same time, the comparing yourself to other
Winning?
people and winning
Yeah.
the
Best
competition
feeling ever.
Like
is
when I
also
beat
what gives you
Jesse
the best.
3 games in a row in ping pong, I'm like, dude, I am a
Barely,
phenom at ping
barely. I
pong.
didn't get warmed up though.
Like
I just
after
it was
3
all
straight
unforced errors.
wins?
I know I have it in the tank. I just have to warm up a little more.
Yeah.
But in my head, I
Excuses.
still know it still felt bad
Excuses.
losing. But I know in my head that I'm better than Andrew.
But he isn't.
But I wanted to go a little deeper into this subject just because I think another thing that you said was inherently counting your blessings is comparing yourself to other people. And that's why you feel better. It's like, oh, I have in the absence, gratitude only exists in the absence of something bad happening.
Gratitude only happens in the presence of a worser option.
Yeah,
so
that,
I am
what he said.
thankful that I have a roof over my head, that I have all
Which
these
is-
amenities, food on my table, because I know that Dad growing up did not have like nutritious food growing up.
I don't know if I think that way
I
when I'm
don't-
grateful for things though.
No, but
I
you're
know.
implying that. Basically, you're saying you're grateful
Yeah.
that you have a roof over your head, which is also saying
Because the
you're grateful
alternative
that you
is-
don't have no roof over your
you
head.
don't not have that.
You know? Because there are people, because then you can say,
Yeah.
oh, there are people out there that don't necessarily have roofs over there.
Yeah.
And then inherently you're comparing yourself to others. If there weren't those other people to compare yourself
Yeah.
to,
I think that's a very broad comparison though. Like I feel like comparison is usually used in the context of you like 1-to-1 with someone else.
Right. Yeah.
no, but
So,
I just feel like you're just being grateful just means you're glad you're not in a circumstance that potentially someone else could be in. Maybe you're not comparing yourself directly to someone, but
Yeah.
you're comparing yourself to a
Your
situation.
circumstances, yeah.
I feel like human nature is comparing yourself to other people, whether it's
Good or bad.
good or bad. Which I think is kind of weird because if you think about gratitude in that sense, it almost seems kind of demeaning.
Yeah,
And
I don't think that's the point of gratitude, though.
it's not the point of gratitude, but
I don't think that deeply, because
implying that.
No, because I feel like.
Yeah, prove me wrong.
Yeah, count your blessings, Rachel. What goes through your head?
When you said count your blessings, like one of the first things I thought of is, oh, I'm grateful for my friends.
Cool.
Like having good friends. No, but I'm comparing it to a point in my life when I didn't feel like I had that. So it's like I'm comparing myself to
a different
prior feeling that I had. So it's not like comparing myself to someone else's experience, because I don't know other people's experiences.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're comparing yourself to your own experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
feels a little less bad.
Yeah, sure.
'Cause
but
you can't.
My point was just like you're still comparing to something.
Yeah. But
it's a comparison at the end of the day.
I'm grateful for this yummy food. It's because I've had bad food before.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, but in that case, it's not like you're comparing yourself to someone else's life. You're still comparing yourself to food that's worse than what you're eating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say most of the gratitude is based off of personal experience, because it's like my place in New York. I remember my first internship, or that it was like a three bed, 1 bath, Upper West Side, from like a couple international Fordham students that I lived in. Disgusting, so trashy, no light, no amenities. And it costs half my monthly salary.
I'm almost grateful that we have that experience, because we set the dynamic range so large. Like, we have such a low floor of experience, like growing up in Ohio. And
wait, our house is nice.
No, we live in the suburbs, which is nice, but like the ceiling is so much nicer and higher in terms of human experiences that we can still appreciate and enjoy things. Like when Mom and Andrew went to the Maldives. Dude. Like, imagine growing up and just having vacations like that yearly.
This is exactly what I thought about when I went to the Maldives. It was actually mostly families. It was like 80% families and maybe 20% couples. I think the person there was just saying that right now this is just that time of the year.
Family time.
But I saw all these kids walk around. A lot of them just like on their phone, headpods in or AirPods in. Headphones on, AirPods in, walking around. Some kids were like enjoying the sand, but like Mom and I were like running around, walking around.
Your jaws were just on the ground the entire time.
And Mom was like, "Oh, do kids not play in the sand anymore?" And I'm like, "Oh, like
that's crazy. I play in the sand."
I'm like, if you grow up with this experience, like
this is normal.
This
is just normal.
Yeah.
This is just a vacation. Yep. But like, Mom was like, "Oh, I wouldn't have ever thought I would have come to this spot, like ever."
Yep.
Nor would I have, to be honest.
The fact that Mom didn't even know what the Maldives were when you first told her, she's like, "What is that?" And then she looked it up, and she's like, wow. "Oh my God, this is where we're going." Like, the floor for her is just so, not so low, but like she's just never experienced anything close to that. So I'm like, good job, Andrew. Like, you did good. I'm so glad that you took Mom on that vacation. You guys will be seeing that content very soon.
Vlog coming out. I'm going to long form content.
Yeah, go support Andrew on his channel. He made this cute ass vlog with our mom.
I'm actually really excited
in the Maldives. And if you want to check out Weston in the Maldives,
it's also very, very nice.
Yeah. I'm super jealous, but at the same time, I'm just like, there's no one else you could have taken besides Mom on that trip.
Great.
Yeah,
really,
she deserved that.
Aside
that break.
From Dad.
Aside from
Mom
maybe Dad.
And Dad.
Well, even Dad was
not Andrew.
Well, Andrew's a necessary component of this even happening to begin with. But yeah, it's so cool that you get experiences like this as a social media influencer.
And shout out to Weston for sponsoring that.
Shout out Weston. If you want to sponsor the pod, be my guest.
We're trying to go to Chongqing.
Chongqing, Weston, hit us up.
Trying to take our whole family. We'll make cute ass content for you guys. Come on.
We're trying to have a good China family vacation.
Do Westons have hotels in China though?
Probably do.
I mean, Marriott's?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
we stayed in a Marriott in China.
Oh, really? Okay, then they definitely do.
But I thought we stayed at a Hyatt.
In 2008? I can't remember. I thought it was a Marriott. Anyways, another thought. There was a clip of me and Mom at dinner. I showed Jesse this. I don't know if I showed you this, but it's like me like panning over the Indian Ocean at dinner, and the background audience just like, "Mom, money can buy happiness."
You're right, Andrew. Forget everything I ever raised you.
But I'm like, the only people who don't say that that's the case, this is my theory. Please disagree if you think this is whack.
It's people who don't.
It's people who grow up with money won't say that because again, they have nothing to benchmark it
It's
against.
just casual.
They can't compare.
Or
everyday life.
It's people who don't have the time, friends, or family to spend it on. Like if you're
you have a lot of
investment
money,
banking and you're working like 100 hours a week and you don't have the time to spend it on, then there's no point in like having all this money.
There's no value in
or
money.
like if you don't have any homies or friends to spend it on or with, then there's also no point of having all this money.
Yeah. This is true.
Yeah.
That's my theory.
Yeah, I think
Not much of a theory.
What bucket does mom fall into then?
She's
friends and
family.
family, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
No,
Spend it on.
Andrew
Like
is
I'm saying
Yeah.
me getting money will make me happier because I have so many friends and family I want to spend that money on, and I have the time to actually use it.
Yeah. I can't wait till I get to that stage in my life where I have enough for myself but also have enough to splurge on other people.
Just
know.
like if I went to the Maldives alone, I would have sucked.
Oh yeah, that would have sucked.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it would have been pretty good still, but
No, honest, but the experience would have been
It
like
would
a
not
be-
quarter or
yeah.
like a tenth of what it was
Yeah,
with mom.
exactly.
No, I feel
Yeah.
like seeing mom happy is like one of
Oh,
the.
yeah.
I'm obsessed with all the videos that you've put out
Yeah.
or
That's good.
made so far. You haven't put out
I
any of
haven't
them.
put out any of them yet.
But
you'll see them soon.
yeah.
Probably
So-
by the time this pod is out,
yeah.
maybe. We'll see.
Maybe. I'm trying to upload this one probably this. Oh, we'll see. I don't really
Yeah.
know yet. So this week I came home because I had a conference at Children's Hospital. And one of the leaders in the aging field was one of the keynote speakers. And he was kind of teaching us like the pillars of longevity and increasing your health span. So there's this difference between health span and lifespan. Lifespan is like literally how long you live for until you die. Health span is how long you're healthy and active before you die. So the whole goal of this field now is not just to increase lifespan, but rather to increase your health span. And then he gave us like a couple recommendations at the end of his talk, telling us this is what I recommend if you want to live as long and healthy as you possibly can. Bring this out because this kind of goes along with your idea of like once you make money, you can buy things that increase
Your
Health span.
your health span.
Not just lifespan. Tell the people how to increase health
Yeah.
span, Jesse.
Vitamins.
Which I think this is good for people. Okay, to hear. Okay, this is from Joseph Takahashi's talk. He's one of the leading circadian scientists, but more recently he's been really interested in like aging and metabolism. And he put out a paper a while ago showing that time-restricted calorie restriction can increase the lifespan of mice by 35%.
I don't like that one. Next one.
So
Let me
okay, so
eat.
these are the prime lifestyle factors in human longevity. The first one is exercise, having an active lifestyle. He showed us a paper that life expectancy gains compared with sedentary groups for different sports were as follows. Tennis extends your life by an average of 9.7 years. Badminton comes second, extending your life by 6.2 years. Soccer is third with 4.7. Cycling, 3.7. Swimming, 3.4. Jogging, 3.2 years. Calisthenics, 3.1. And health club activities, 1.5. So this study was kind of surprising because a lot of people thought that, running is like what you need to do to increase your
heart
cardiovascular
For
health.
your joint-
And I think running in general
joints.
is good for you, but tennis being first is kind of crazy.
It's crazy. I love that. So if anyone's trying to play tennis with me in New York, let me know.
Yeah, 9.7, like significantly more than the
10
other
years
ones.
is crazy.
And I think he said that tennis was probably the best sport just because it's a combination of cardiovascular training, strength, as well as there's like a social component to it because you can't play tennis by yourself. And then another large pillar of longevity and input into how long you're able to increase your lifespan is social support and a sense of purpose in life. And I feel like that is all wrapped around with like your community and who you surround yourself with. And yeah, I feel like you can have that and also not have money.
Yes. Obviously. Wait.
I was trying to wrap it and I was trying to talk about this in an idea or wrap this in an idea that having money would actually enhance that experience. Like what you did with mom, I was like, oh, money is something that, well, actually, technically, you didn't spend any money on that trip. So that was just a product of you being an influencer.
Yeah.
But if you did have money, you could buy that
Do it more
experience for
often.
yourself. Is that a necessary component of enhancing your experience?
I don't think
with
so.
the community.
Not with the community, but did they not talk about stress levels in this entire thing?
No, stress levels is probably one of the highest predictors.
Because I was gonna say, like, we talked about this on the phone afterwards. I really enjoyed every experience there because it was comped and paid for. Thank you again, Weston. But I was looking at some of the prices of some of the activities and some of the food and some of the things that Mom did and I did, and because I didn't have the, we were talking about this, Jesse. Sorry, tangent. Where Jesse, you went somewhere and you didn't pay for dinner, and you said the food tasted better.
Oh my god,
and
you're
it does
so right.
because when you don't pay for things, you don't benchmark how much you enjoy it with how much you had to spend.
Like the value.
And again, maybe this is a person coming from our experience, because we didn't come from a lot of money, where if we spent a lot of money on experience and it didn't live up to the hype,
to be,
it would have been like gut punch. Like,
yes,
dang, I spent all this money,
for
but
food.
because you didn't spend any money on it, you're like, wow, this is great. And I think that allows you to enjoy experiences more, and it's less stressful, and therefore you live longer.
No, I agree that traveling is much less, at least like when I have traveled, it's like I am thinking about the budget with every single like
I know
decision
that
that
increases
I make.
stress.
It does. Oh, so your idea is like you want to make so much money that the money you spend during that trip or during that meal doesn't even.
That's a crazy
doesn't even
level
affect
of wealth.
like your experience.
Yes.
I don't know if I'll ever get there. Even if I have a lot of money,
there either,
I'm still gonna be like $80 for a meal is a lot. I expect the food to be really good.
It's good to have expectations too.
Yeah, but okay. So this whole story comes from a restaurant that I went to in Cleveland. It was this like modern Indian kind of, not fusion, I think it's just like a modernized Indian restaurant. It's really nice in terms of like the ambiance is really fancy, the service is good, the food is supposed to be really good. The first time I went there, I got the chef tasting menu because my friend wanted to get that, and the bill came out to be $85, and I was like,
for just you?
Yeah, for just me. And
expensive.
I don't remember a single good dish from that entire meal. I was like, I'm literally never coming back to this. There was like 12 different small courses and tapas. And I was like, everything was just not good. But I also knew in my mind that I was paying $85 the entire time. I went back last week with my friend's parents, and they comped the whole meal. And I was eating the food. I was like, whoa, this food's way better this time. And
was it different dishes?
No, it was literally the same. We ordered like 2 or 3 of the same dishes I had had before.
Yeah.
Every dish we had were literally the same dishes I had ordered.
That's crazy.
The first time.
That's so funny.
And I had it. I was like, wait, why does this all of a sudden taste good? And then I talked about it with Andrew, and I was thinking back. I was like, did the food actually taste different from my first experience? And I thought about it really long and hard. I was like, no. I think all the food kind of just still tasted kind of a little above average, but it only tasted better this time because I knew I was paying $0 for it.
I think that's fair.
Is that a thing? I mean,
yeah,
that's
I mean,
crazy.
when Andrew took me to family meal also.
Well, I will say, family meal, I spent all the monies, and I thought it was also really, really good.
Yeah.
Although next time you didn't have to pay.
Yeah, it was worse.
It was
worse, but that's because all the food was different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Like you weren't comparing apples to apples.
Yeah.
I mean, when I say worse, it was still very good. It just wasn't as good as when Rachel and I went the first time.
Okay.
When we went, oh my God, the food was just
bangers
phenomenal.
on bangers.
Yeah.
Every single dish, except for the appetizers, which were just cucumbers.
Cucumbers just sliced, like
just
baby cucumbers sliced in half.
Those are just cucumbers. But everything else, other than that, bangers.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, but that's tough though. Rotating menu, you probably had whatever. What was?
I mean, it was good. They just sent out like one course that was all corn based, and they were just
Ohio.
Corn.
Just corn.
It was just corn, and I'm like,
just
maybe
corn.
It's Ohio. I'm like, I'm not that kid. I mean, I like corn. I don't love corn.
What?
One thing I hate about fancy restaurant is when they just like make really plain, simple things, but they like dress it up and plate it really fancily, but it's literally just still.
I kind of like that. I think as a vegetarian, when they do that with like,
it's the only way to enhance the experience.
I think like,
you can be creative with vegetables.
Yeah.
You can be very creative with how you cook vegetables, and
Oh, okay. I understand what you're saying.
I'm just do something innovative with the vegetables.
Right.
Don't just like plate it fancy.
I will say they did grill the corn. It was really good, like charred corn. I'm like,
but it's
perfection.
But they probably had
just
some sort of
corn.
butter that was like
had some butter.
Seasoned or something. Yeah, some glaze that made it better. Yeah, no, there's definitely ways to like enhance the flavor profile of normal dishes.
Now. Anyways,
I have a grill at my place. I haven't used it yet.
What?
Yeah. Okay. What else do I want to talk about? This is Rachel building a tent in our living room.
Yeah, why'd you do that?
She just wanted to prove that she could do it. And that she could go hiking alone.
I was just showing mom and dad what it looked like. And then they were like, should we get one? This is my master plan, you guys. I have so much space in my luggage
now. Because all I packed was your tent and my main component. I'm going to stock up on hella protein bars.
Wait, really? Did it take
up
that much space?
Yeah, it's a large tent and all I brought was like carry-on. But it's fine. Like you said, I'm home. I didn't need to bring anything.
I literally
That's why I'm wearing Jesse's pants.
I packed my backpack to come here, and I was like, there's so much empty space because I packed one outfit for sleeping.
Yeah, you're going to need
you only
space
packed
to put
one
your tent in
backpack
there.
Or one outfit?
Mm-hmm. Or I packed two because I overpacked.
You're literally leaving tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm wearing the clothes that I wore
Shout
last
out
night.
Jesse for
thank you, Jesse, also.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, no, I'm very happy to be home. Yes. I think
this was a good trip.
Yeah.
This is the first time all 7 of us have been together since Thanksgiving. Really? Oh, Rachel's graduation.
Winter.
Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
Back at home.
Back at home?
Wait.
Thanksgiving, yeah.
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I was talking to Dad when he drove back. I'm like, Dad, I only saw you twice this past year. Isn't that crazy?
That's so sad.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Same with you? No,
I drove home
college,
all the time.
Yeah,
I drove home like every two weeks.
I saw Dad twice, and I'm like, how have you been?
Dang,
Dad?
I saw Dad a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I was in China with him, so.
Yeah, you were in China.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time with Mom, though, which is really good. The Maldives trip. And then I flew back twice this year already.
Mm-hmm. No, I think like one of my biggest things about being in California has been like just how hard it is to get back to Cincinnati. Because you guys are just like with the time difference too. It's like whenever I'm ready to call you guys, because usually I'm like calling.
Well,
I'm
up late, so
Andrew's
only going to bed hella early.
I am on the wave. I love being a night owl, but I've been sleeping at like 10, 11, getting up at like 6, 7.
Crazy.
I need to start doing that because I have to start med school soon.
I think I feel like a better person, actually.
Wow.
Better than everyone. I wake up at 6.
Fully optimized
I'm just not
being.
hangry, or not hangry, just like
tired.
Are you sharp in the morning though? Like, are you focused? Are you able to be productive?
Yeah. I've been. It's because I woke up and I was excited to edit like the vlog. So
if you have a reason to wake up for it,
I had a reason to wake up.
Man, I haven't had like
a reason to wake
up.
Dude,
I think I'm a more productive person in the morning. Unless there's like spurts of energy that hit me at like 9 p.m. then I'm just up.
I am definitely most productive, but also get more easily distracted at like midnight, 1-ish. But I get most of my solid work done around then. And then in the mornings, I'm just too groggy until I hit a state where I'm starting to get hungry. And then for some reason, that hunger drive like really makes me mentally focused. I don't break my fast until like, this is not a recommendation for people to do because
so you intermittent fast.
I basically intermittent fast, which is good for you, but I probably eat a little too late. So basically, intermittent fasting is basically eating within a small period of time during the day.
Window,
According to Joe Takahashi's paper, you want to restrict that time to when you're awake and active. So for humans, it would be daytime when the sun is out, and then for mice, it would be nighttime, nocturnal animals. But for me, I probably eat dinner around 8 or 9, and I don't break fast until 2 or 3 the next day.
Whoa.
I don't put anything into my body until 2 or 3.
That's wild.
And honestly, I love it. I realize I can't eat anything in the morning. As soon as I put something in my body, my brain starts to get foggy. I am ultra productive from about 10 till around 3, and I try to delay it even further. Sometimes I go till 4 without eating.
Insane.
Because when I haven't eaten anything, my focus is very high. I don't know what it is.
Huh.
I do that when I travel because I don't like to eat and travel a lot.
Yeah, I can't eat in the mornings because I feel nauseous.
I remember one time, or this was in the Maldives, because I usually eat all the time. I eat a bunch of little snacks throughout the entire day. But like when we went on the trip,
we like had the standard breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember breakfast was just like a little bit later in the day the next day, and we ate dinner at like 7 or 9 the night before. And so we woke up and I could feel myself getting hangry, and like mom was asking me questions about things, and I was like I felt so bad because I'm like I recognized I was getting annoyed.
All you need is food.
Yeah.
Because like mom was like backseat editing, because I was like making things.
Backseat editing.
I'm like, Mom, you don't know how to use Premiere Pro. So I didn't say anything.
I love that mom was doing that.
I know. And she's like,
That's
oh,
so
니
cute.
인간 또 I'm like,
That's
okay,
so funny.
okay. And then the food came, and then I ate like a bite of the hash brown, and I'm like, everything's okay.
Yeah, it's
But
crazy.
I've learned to just like recognize that I am hangry and not expect. Because then I asked mom, I'm like, Mom, could you tell that I was annoyed? And she's like, No, you annoyed, Mom. And I'm like, oh, good.
I think mom is also a
I'm
little.
like, good. No, not at all.
I think mom is also a little oblivious to that though.
Probably.
Yeah.
She might be oblivious.
Yeah.
But I try to hide it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I know I just need food.
Yeah, I don't think I get hangry, but I think I get very impatient. Like when
That's
I
hangry.
Yeah, that's hangry.
no,
That's
not
me.
impatient for food, just impatient for
No,
like.
And
exactly.
people, that's hangry.
I'm impatient towards everything. I was like, when is the food coming? I'm
No,
just
no.
like,
I don't get impatient because I'm hangry. I get impatient because I'm like, oh, I have something else to do. And like if I'm like talking to
not
someone,
impatient to other people.
sometimes I am impatient towards other people, but
That's
it's not.
angry.
But it's not because I'm hungry. It's not
Wait,
because
what?
I want food. It's just because I
But
have
when
other
you don't
things.
eat food,
Because
No,
you don't
impatient.
directly link
No.
it to the food
No,
part.
it's not the food. It's
Well-
because I have other things on my mind. So it's like if I have personal tasks that I need to do, but someone is occupying my time,
Wait.
I will be very impatient because I'm
food
More
like, I
so
need to go.
because of the food.
Not because of
no,
food,
if you eat,
guys.
if you eat,
No,
are you
it
still
isn't
impatient?
food. Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
wait.
then
Sometimes
this
I'm
is
impatient
unrelated.
while eating. Yes.
Oh, okay, this
Oh,
is completely
this has nothing to do with food. You just get impatient with people.
Yes.
Okay, word.
Thanks for admitting that, Rachel.
Word.
What are you going to do to fix that? I'm so confused. I also get impatient. This is one of those moments Rachel's like, this is exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh my gosh.
She's hangry. I'm just kidding. Rachel, do you need dinner?
No.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I understand now. We were
Yeah.
just talking in the context of
Yeah,
food,
yeah.
and then yeah.
And I'm saying I am not a hangry
Okay,
person.
I
like I
see.
feel
I
like
see what
food
you're
is
saying
never
now.
on the forefront of
I
my
see.
Oh,
mind.
you're
see.
saying
You're
like
saying
you're
the
just
opposite.
impatient,
Yeah.
even with or without food.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see, I see.
Gotcha.
In
Okay.
certain situations, I'm not always an impatient person.
It's okay.
No, I'm not. Guys. This is my public image.
No, I don't think. I think there might have been a time in your life where you were impatient, but these days I think you're a lot better.
I've mellowed out.
Yeah,
You have
definitely.
mellowed out with
I
it.
think we've all
It's true.
gotten
always
to a
kinda
better
been the
version
same.
of ourselves at this
Oh,
point in our
yes.
life. I mean, everyone has room for growth, but I think at this point in my life,
I have no room for growth.
no,
I am
no,
the
no.
best person.
No, I'm
ever.
the best version of who I am, like compared to previous versions of who I am.
And comparison, the giver of gratitude, right there.
Yeah, but I'm comparing it to myself.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm also better than Andrew.
In no metrics.
Dude, by every metric. Anyways, yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Should we wrap it up?
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
cold.
It is getting kind of cold. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into this week's episode of the Rooftop Pod. I'm your host, Jesse, and signing out with me is my brother
Andrew.
and my sister.
Rachel.
And we will see you all on the next episode of the Rooftop Pod. Peace.
Oh, wow, you're filming vertical?
I always shoot vertical
Yeah,
when
it's
we're on
always
the roof.
vertical.
Use right. Use right.
I've never shot it horizontal on the roof.
Yeah.
Alrighty.